welcome to the SweetPea Chickadee YouTube channel. I'm Kimberly. Today is Saturday, March 26th, and I'm coming to you from Haymarket, Virginia, here in the United States. My co-host Brooke is sadly not here. She is just super busy with school, lacrosse, volunteering for clubs. It's craziness. So I'm gonna go ahead and record this one without her. She hasn't had time to crochet anyways. But I have a ton to show you, so I want to go ahead and get a recording in. If you don't know, this is a crafty podcast. We primarily do knitting, crochet, but I also do tons of other crafts, whatever I want to get into. And I've been thinking of doing lately is like is it called needle punching? Anyways, sidetracked. To all of our returning viewers, welcome back. Thanks for coming back and checking us out. I'm sorry Brooke's not here. I know everyone loves Brooke. She's definitely the funny one of the group. And to all of our new viewers, thanks for stopping by. And if you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe. That would be great for us. Otherwise, let's just get right into it. Chit chat a little bit. Brooke's just busy. She's got lacrosse, and I feel like I'm busy because I'm having to take her to all these things. Moms of teenagers, or parents of teenagers, having to drive her to all these things and go pick her up. Although, it's just more knitting time for me because I just bring my knitting in the car, so that's always nice. I think the year before they get their driver's license is the busiest because she's 16. Virginia, in Virginia, United States, you have to be 16 and a half to get your driver's license, and then actually you have to get your permit and then wait 9 months. So she got her permit just before she turned 16. Anyways, so she can't get it till June. Anyways, even if she was ready. So we're also practicing driving in between, and which, by the way, I think if there's one thing about parenting that I don't like at all, the worst part of parenting, I feel like, is teaching your kids to drive. Please tell me other people, because literally I had to do it with my son already and I escaped that, and now I have to do it with my daughter, and it's just I feel like I'm almost gonna die multiple times. I feel like we're all gonna just get wiped out. It's so stressful and so scary, and you're just it's just scary. Anyways, so I'm teaching her to drive. She's doing great, but she's very nervous. And yeah, just life and having to run them around. And I feel like this is the busiest year to be taking her everywhere because now she's old enough to be getting into all these activities, clubs and volunteer work and lacrosse. And it's I have to take her to all these things, which I don't mind, but however, makes me busy too. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get into our finished object or faux, and I'm wearing one. Okay, so you guys, this is the Autumn League pullover. You guys have seen it a bazillion times because remember, I started this as a knit along with the Strings Attached podcast. I think it started in June something, and it ended in August. And I just finished it. I do it all the time. I like to cast on things that in the beginning, and then I don't pressure myself, and if I finish it, I finish it, whatever. But anyways, I just finished it. Well, I finished it last week or two. And side note, I recorded this same episode last week, and I was doing it in my new knitting room, and the lighting was just terrible. So I'm I'm redoing it. This lighting is okay. It's better at least. And there's actually new stuff that I didn't even record last week that are going to be in this episode. So there you go. Anyways, Autumn League pullover by 2 of Wands. This is knit in the recommended yarn, which is a Lion brand LB collection cotton jeans. This is the deep indigo colorway. And I love it. Super affordable yarn. It's great. Soft, not stiff cotton. This is great. And they have basically denim jean colors. I really wanted, there's a charcoal color, but they were sold out when I ordered my kit. And if you go to Lion brand, they have sales all the time. I think I got it on a sale, and you can buy it in a kit. You just tell what size you want, and you can even buy the pattern through them. It's really great. So I have a whole skein left over, plus little bits, basically. Multiple little bits. But cotton's great. You can use it for lots of things. I don't mind having extra. So I did lots and lots of mods. So if you don't have time to take notes, if you want to know, I'm going to tell you all about my mods. However, I also have them on my Ravelry project page, and I'll have that linked below. So what I did was, off of measurements, I cast on, I wanted in between a large and an extra large, because as you know, or if you don't know, they're grouped. So there's a extra small size, there's a medium large size, then there's an extra large, extra large size. I wanted a size in between the medium large and the extra large, extra large. So I wanted it to be, like the medium large would have fit me fine, but I want it to be more sweatshirty and not like a tight sweatshirty. I want it to be more like comfy cozy, but not hanging off me like I knew that extra large would. It would like just hang, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to be more sweatshirty and loose, but not too loose. So what I did was I cast on for the medium large size, which is not this, it's this. So you cast on for the medium large size. And then what I did was on the raglan increases, I went past the medium large size and exactly halfway to the extra large size. And if you have the pattern, you look at the numbers, it'll totally make sense. I went exactly halfway and then I split for sleeves. That was the only difference. Literally, that's the only difference. Now, obviously it changes your sleeve size, but I just knit, it was exactly halfway. So I just looked at the numbers, I'm like, yeah, I'm exactly halfway. Didn't matter. So I just went down. Okay. Then, as you guys know, I fixed my folded over collar. When I did the fold over, which by the way, this is the most comfortable collar. It is so stretchy. It's a fold over. Oh my gosh. It's super soft and stretchy. Oh, it's just so comfortable. Oh my gosh. Anyways, you guys know that when I folded it over, it was twisted in the front. So anyways, I just unwhip stitched it and then straightened it out and it was super easy. Okay, and there's this great like V detail, like a sweatshirt. I'm gonna get a close-up of it right now and I'll show it to you right here so that you can see it because you can't really see it in this light, but I love it, it's so cool. Okay, my next mod was also, I knit this in the round. So this is supposed to be knit, like at one point it's knit flat and then you seam because they want the structure on the sides. What I did was I didn't want to do that. I just knit in the round and I did the faux seam in the arm, under the armpit area. So what I did was on this faux seam is what you do is I have the link of the YouTube video. You literally just add an extra stitch. So when I added cast on stitches in the bottom, I added one extra stitch in the very middle on each side. I marked it with progress keepers or stitch markers. I marked it so I knew which one was my extra stitch. So I carried it all the way down. When I got all the way down to just when I was going to start the ribbing on the bottom, what you do is you drop that stitch, which I've drop stitched before, so it's not like on purpose. So it wasn't scary. It's actually kind of fun. So what you do is you drop it all the way up. You take a crochet hook and then you just bring it all the way back down and it creates a faux seam. And you can't even see it, but I can feel it if I put my fingers on it. It just adds that extra structure. It was super easy. I thought it was going to take a really long time. It literally took like 5 minutes. It was not very long at all. And I figured if like it didn't work out, I would just have an extra stitch there and I would just add it into my ribbing. It wouldn't be a big deal, but it totally worked out and I love it. So I did that and then I did the ribbing on the bottom, which is super easy. And I might have had to decrease, no, because I had 2 extras, so that would have been fine. Now for sleeves, what I did was the first sleeve I did, I followed directions and like on the decreases, it has you decrease from here. And I just didn't like how loose and sweatshirt it was on my body, but it didn't like feel that way on my arms. I just didn't like it. So I pulled it back and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do a straight sleeve and it'll be a little balloony. I don't care. It's really cozy and comfy and I like that. I've got long arms and I like having, you know, just big sleeves. So as you can see, it's like balloony. Now, it is extra balloony. I'll tell you why. Because I got all the way down and then I realized I thought about doing decreases on my forearm area. But like I had already ripped out my sleeve once before. I wasn't sure exactly of placement and I didn't want to have to rip back again. And I knew I would like a balloon sleeve just fine. So now if I were to make it again, I would probably start decreasing right about here and then finish off my rapid decreases here. Just to take up a little bit of this, but it's still fine. Like it's not bad. It doesn't like bother me at all. And the reason it looks more balloony is because I realized my sleeve was long and they are long in the pattern, which I love. I love long sleeves. But since they were balloony, I didn't want it hanging down over my hands. Like if I was going to be cooking or doing or knitting or whatever, I didn't want it to be like in my way. So I've got small wrists. So what I did was I did a rapid decrease in one row right before the ribbing. And I did a rapid decrease, right? Did I do my rapid decrease? No, I did my rapid decrease in one row of the first row of ribbing. That's what I did, of the cuff. And I decreased down. Now remember, I'm in between the large and extra large to those two larger sizes. I decreased all the way down to the stitch count for the extra small size. And look, it's like super stretchy. I got small wrists, but it's still like, you know. And that actually fits me perfectly. So I already knew that I have small wrists, I could handle it, and it does make it a little bit more balloony, but not like a lot. I love it. So that's a mod. That's not how it looks in the pattern. And I love it. It's so cozy. We wore it to the movies, or we wore it. I wore it to the movies. We went to see Batman last weekend. It was so cool. So I didn't add any length in the sleeves. I didn't add any length in the body, and I bought the yarn for the largest size, knowing I would do some modding. And sometimes I always buy a size up, or at least a skein extra, because I always assume I might have to adjust the length because I'm tall, but I didn't even have to adjust length. I liked it perfect. It was great. I love it so much. So the Autumn League pullover and the recommended yarn, and I love it, and it's done. I've worn it like a couple times already. I just love it so much. And I love this. I love anytime I can do a folded over. This is awesome. I love this so much. Okay, so that's my first finished object, and I think I hit all the mods. If I missed something, it's in my project notes on Ravelry, and I have that linked below. Okay, my next finished object, is the trail point hats. This is the trail point. It's wrinkly because I literally, if you guys no wait, I don't even know if I said this 10 times, and I don't know if I said it to you guys. As soon as my husband came home, like I finished it. I know I put the finished picture in my last episode because I'd finished it before I was done editing. And my husband came home from his work trip and tried it on. He's like, oh, this is nice. And he threw it in his suitcase. So obviously he was taking with him. He likes to wear the hats I make him with his suits. It looks really cool. I'll include a picture here of what he sent me. I require selfies of people wearing my knitted items if they expect to have more knitted items. Does anybody else do that? So like my mother, you know, Mom, I know you watch this, hasn't sent me a picture of any of the hats that I've given her. So she's not getting any more hats until she sends me a selfie. So this is the Trail Point hat by Ruth Boelkins, and she is Spout Knits on Instagram. Spout, like a whale spout. Okay, so I did a little bit of, not modding to the pattern, but modding to like the yarn flow. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. So I got this as a kit. This is plied yarn. I got this in a kit for this hat pattern at Indian Tangled. And by the way, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. So plied yarn is like rustic. I know people are having hard times with like defining. I would say rustic, and it looks like it would be scratchy. It feels before you knit it like it might be a little scratchy, like rustic, natural kind of. But as soon as you like start to work with it and knit it up, it is so soft. It's amazing. That's why I bought it, because I walked by, because I love the look of like a rustic prickly yarn in items. I just can't wear it at all. I can't even wear lace. Like I'm super sensitive. And so I had walked by their booth at Indian Tangled, and I just happened to feel one of the shawls that was knitted up, and it was so, I was like, it was so soft. Is this real? And so I got this kit, and I got a couple other skeins too, but I got this kit for this hat because I saw the hat knitted up and I loved it. And so it comes with two, they call them bobbins, which are essentially their mini skeins, 2 bobbins of each color. And what this is, the bottom part is a folded over brim. So you're supposed to like knit for however many inches, fold it over, then keep going. So I first cast on with my first color that I wanted on my brim. And I realized I have to knit double the brim, right? And then fold it over. Well, once I did that, my brown stripe was only like this big, right? And then my blue stripe was like this, and then, you know, and I didn't want that. And so I'm like, no, I want this to look more equally spaced. And I want my full brim, my double brim, to be one color. And so what I did was I thought about it. I'm like, well, my last color is on decreased stitches, right? So I don't need as much yarn here to make a wider stripe, right? So what I did was I ripped it out, cast on with this color. So I'm going to show you. See right here. I cast on with the top color, knit almost a full bobbin, like just shy of one more round, almost a full bobbin, then started my actual first color that I wanted, and then got to where I needed to fold over, and then finished the full amount of yarn, went to blue, finished all the blue, went to gray. I use essentially, I think I have a tiny bit of this like blue, like bluish gray, like a tiny bit, like not even that much. And I love it so much. It's so soft. It is so cozy to wear. And my husband loves it, which is great because normally my husband likes like fitted beanies, and he's got a big head. So measurement wise, when I ever try a new pattern, trying to get it to be a fitted beanie, and he doesn't like it to go all the way down his ears. He likes it halfway. And so I'm like, aren't your ears cold? But then like, so trying to get that perfect, like over the big head, but not all the way. So I was like, this is not your normal style. This is like, you know, it's got like you can wear it this way or you can wear it this way. And he loves it. He like, as you can see, wears it with the suits. And he sent me 2 different work trips where he's worn it at different locations. So he must really love it. And I literally, that's why it's a little wrinkled. I pried it out of his suitcase to bring it down here so I can show you guys. I just love it. I have to make another one now. And I have 2 full skeins of this, but I like the stripey. Maybe I'll order another kit from Plaid. They have those too if you go on their website, and you can build your own kits. They sell the bobbins like individually too. Love that. Okay. Next up, oh, my string of lights. I've showed all these once already, so I forget. My string of lights, oops, wrong side. String of lights socks. These are my Shortie socks. So this yarn is by Zebra Yarns. It's a sock set. This was part of her Knitting the Blues Away Cowl back in January, February. I just love it. And now I'm like, I love these colors together. I love these, like Anna from Zebra Yarns does a really good job at 2 color stripes. Like she also has others where it's multiple colors, but like she just, I don't know what it is about her 2 colors. Like they're just really good. And then she always has like a mini to go with them that like I would never have put together. I mean, maybe this one, but it was so good. She's just so good. Good job. I love you, Anna. She's so good. This is the String of Lights pattern by the Sock Witchery. It's a really easy to memorize. I think like 2-row repeat. It's so soothing. You could totally do it while you're watching TV or whatever. And I love a little bit of texture on my socks. I don't want anything, sometimes I don't want it to knit anything too complicated, but like a little bit is okay. And I reach for my textured socks the most because it like kind of hugs your feet a little bit more. I really like this. And I like this length. This is a Fishless Kiss heel, a rounded wedge toe, 2x2 ribbing, 64 stitch cast on. I use the US 1 2.25 millimeter needle, and I did 10 rows of my 2x2 and then 1 extra row of just knitting my purple, and then I start my stripes so you don't get the like, it looks nice and clean. You can kind of see the knit row, but from far back you really don't. But you don't see the like purl bumps of the previous color or the next color or whatever. I love it. I love Anna's tonals too. Look at this. Oh. Love this. I love these so much. Love them. I'm done with those, which means a new sock cast on. I'll get to that later. I think that's it for my finished objects, except there's some old ones I wanted to bring up. Okay. So you guys have probably seen, if you follow Raging Pearlwind, she finally released her Snowdrifter mitts. I can't even remember. I think this was, when did we knit these, Rebecca? 2020, 2021? 2021, anyways. So we all test knit these. I believe I knit the women's large. They're very size inclusive. Her pattern is amazing for gloves, like all different sizes for men and women. So go check it out. I love the texture. It's a sport weight yarn. I don't remember exactly the yarn I use. It's probably in a project page I linked below. I know it was from Knit Crate. It was a sport weight yarn from Knit Crate that I had. I just love it. So they're a little big on me. I still wear them. They're a little big on me. But they still look great. My thumb fits great. I made sure my thumb fit me really nice. And it really is not too big. It's just a little loose here. But even then, I kind of like that look, right? Love them. I love the length of over the fingers. I still have full access. So go check these out. Snowdrifter Mitts by Raging Pearlwind, who's Rebecca McKenzie. I love all of her patterns. I think she just came out, or she at least has I think it was in a collaboration with Lady Dye Yarns. She had another pair of fingerless mitts. Okay, my other thing I wanted to show you was this. So the last few episodes, I've had this on the mannequin in the background, and I never talked about it. It's because I knit this during Vlogmas, but even during Vlogmas, I don't think I showed you the finished product. So this is the Just Feel Cozy wrap by Kalisha Ryan. And I knit this with my Rising Tide Fiber Co. She had a Regency advent. It was based off of Bridgerton. And I knit this in the exact order that I opened them in. It was really fun to just like knit as I go and not have to think about color placement or anything. So I'll kind of show you. These are 2 different colors right here. You can kind of see. Those are like 3 different colors right there. So all of the, love it. And I did not put in the full skein. This is basically just the 25. I love this. Look at the stripes. I hope you don't see like me looking at you through the holes. Okay, so I love, look, they're not like, I don't know how you would even call that, like different kind of zigzags. Like they're not, you know, even zigzags. They're asymmetrical, on the bias. All those words, I don't know what it is. But I just loved it. It was so fun to knit. And this, you can tell how squishy it is. The pattern is made for you to use fingering weight held double. Fingering weight minis held double. So I just held them double for each one. And I still have some left over. You could either you can just go until your yarn runs out and then go on the next color. I wanted my zigzags even, so I just did the 3 rows and went to the next color, so I have a little bit left over, and I'm probably gonna make some scrappy socks or something. But yes, I love this so much. It was so fun and soothing to knit. It's so squishy. I think I'm going to make this into a blanket. Like, Kalisha Ryan's amazing. You guys should go check out all of her patterns. She's got other shawls too. And I want to like just basically maybe like triple like finish, because you know you knit this way, right? Maybe I can make like 3 wide. I just keep going on the count and make a blanket out of it. That would be so cool. I just love it. I love it so much. I love the colors. Rising Tide Fiber Co. has great colors. She just listed her new pre-order for her advents, which is also great because she does do payment plans. I think I used the payment plan last year, which is really great when you're trying to buy multiple advents at the same time. Sometimes a payment plan is kind of nice because it spaces it out a little bit. But she's got like a book one. I can't remember the book one. It's a cool like jewel tone book one, like on different novels. And then the other one is like goddesses or something. It's more like bright colors. Go check it out. But I love this so much. So this is the Just Feel Cozy wrap by Kalisha Ryan, and this was with my advent last year. And it's super long. Like, you can wear it however. I literally just like almost wear it like a blanket. I wear it in my house a lot, or like in my yarn room like this. Oh my gosh, it's so warm. But you could wear it however you want, like this. You know, I would probably, if I'm gonna go out, I'd probably go like more like this, probably like double wrap it and then put my coat on or something. Or even like this and then put my coat on. I probably actually would do this. Have it, oh my gosh, it's so squishy. I love it. Okay, so that's what that is. And obviously it's fingering weight held double, but you could use DK. Weight yarn. Okay, I hope that didn't make my hair staticky. All right, next, that's all of my faux. Next up are my whips, my works in progress. Okay, to the fun stuff. Now, I tried to move my markers back because I recorded this last week and moved my markers. And then I went to go edit it, and the lighting was just, I couldn't even ignore it. Like my hair, because like I had 2 main lights on and my hair looked like really bright red up here and like dark red down here. I was like, that's not what my hair looks like. It was just a hot mess. And I forgot half of my things, like to show you guys. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna redo this. Let's just redo it. Okay, first up for works in progress is my Litmus cowl. So this is my last, well, almost last Advent knit from last holiday season. It is residing in my, I just took it out, but my Daisy Girl and Company bag. I love this big open window. I love this print. I love the handle. Love it. Okay. So this is the Litmus cowl by Jude from Stranded Dyeworks. So I keep it all rolled up so that it doesn't get all wrinkly. But here's what I have so far. So starting from, and I pretty much kept it in order. Now, this is Yarn Advent, not the main color. The stripes are all zebra yarns. We did like a scrappy kind of, it was a 24 days of cheer swap, and I got paired with Anna, who's amazing. And she sent me like her scrappy dye stuff. So I basically got a zebra yarns Advent. I pretty much went in order of days. I might have switched around a little bit up here. I don't think I barely did if I did. But yeah, you do professional cast on because what you're gonna do is you're gonna, you know, seam them together at the end or kitchen or them together. Okay, I'm not doing it though. So I went in order, and Anna even gave it to me like in this great fade type thing. So here it is. And I love how I'm using like solids, self-striping, tonals, variegated, like this little fade action right here. I mean, this is Brooke's favorite one so far. So this is where, when I showed you guys last time, I believe I was here. I had to move it back. I think I was here. And then I've added all of this in. And I like this one. Look at that one. It's like got like bright blues and some purples. It's probably like the wrong side to show you, yeah. So what I did, I have a bunch of ends weaving, and I'm okay with that. Down here, I started to do the weave and sieve-in method, and it's pulling. Like you can see, it just looks like a little bit more, I don't know. So I'm gonna just, when I go into weaving all these, I'm gonna pull it out and then just redo it like normal. Normally I do weave and sieve and it's fine. Just, I think with this yarn, this project, it wasn't gonna work. So yeah, I gotta finish this one. I have 2 more colors left, which are black and then this black, gray, and white stripe one, or variegated, I don't know what it is. So it's gonna go this and then this, and then I'm going to repeat my leftovers. Now I don't have leftovers in all of them because, as you know, I'm using them in this bunting that I'm making. So whatever leftovers I have from the bunting, I'm gonna put thin stripes in. So after this one, I'm gonna repeat whatever I have left in thin stripes, which are just 2 rows. I'm following pattern. Main color is 10 rows. It's a free pattern, by the way. Main color is 10 rows. The stripe is 11 rows. It's made for 5 gram mini Advent, just in case you're wondering. If you have 5 gram mini scraps, be great. And I'm gonna do thin rows, which is gonna be 2 rows each. So 2 rows of color, 2 rows of main, 2 rows of the next color, 2 rows of the next color. So here's what I'm working on right now, right here. And when I'm done with that, then I will, so after the thin stripe, so this will attach to the thin stripe section. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so long. And so it's like an infinity scarf. Like it's called a cowl, but it's an infinity scarf basically. It's gonna be amazing. I love this. So cool. The main color I'm using is just a natural yak color. And I have this much left. I think I might get it. I thought I might need over 1 skein, like just over. I think I'm definitely gonna try to keep it to 1. But I ordered this through Tuja Designs on Etsy. I know her shop was closed for a little bit, like she was doing something. It might be open now, I haven't checked. But this is very affordable for a yak. It's her yak knack sock fingering weight. Love it. So I just love how all these colors pair so well with this yak color. Because I was thinking, like, I see lots of people do like white or cream or black or gray, right? Which looks great, but then, and I think even Jude did like a yak color in his. But I know that a lot of these colors had gray and had black and had white. And so I went like, well, what color would go with all these different colors that didn't, you know, that would stand out? And I was like, the yak color. I'm like totally into this yak. Like, you know what a yak color, like grayish tan, basically. I'm totally into that. Okay, so that is my first WIP. I'm almost done, and I'm trying to finish it because Breaking Yarn and Leah Loves to Knit, I believe, are hosting this knit along that is the Eventually Mal 2022, like to finish up your advents. And so it's going through the end of this month, so end of March, and I could totally, that's like next week, I can totally finish this. I'm almost done. Really, my problem is my thin stripes, because I was gonna wait till after I made the bunting and then use those leftovers for thin stripes, but I'm not gonna have time to do the bunting as well. And so I may just do the thin stripes. I'm gonna do some weighing and measuring and a whole bunch of knitting fun to figure out what I can do. I love it. I take this with me when I am like knitting, when I go pick up Brooke. I'm sitting in the car waiting for her knitting. But like last night, I was like slamming through it watching TV. Cause I'm like, I want to finish this before it's like good motivation, these knit-alongs. Okay, next up, I got so many piles going on here. Okay, next up is my Stria. Oh my God, my Stria. Okay, these are all, not all, but this one is in my Scrappy Angel blanket tote. She's got a new name for it. I don't know if she's released it yet. Okay, I've got lots of goodies in here. So, I didn't move this marker back, so you're gonna see the new marker from when I recorded last week. Okay, so this is the Stria cardigan by Andrea Mowrey. I have it nice, I always have it nicely. Here, I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I have it, when I put it away, because I don't like it when my stuff gets wrinkled. So I like store it. And I try to put what I'm working on like right here so that I can just pull it out and I don't have to undo it. Does anybody else do this? Okay, so here is, I'm gonna open it up, my Stria cardigan. And look, there's a sleeve. There are my decreases. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, so what I did was I was essentially, let me turn it around. Last time I showed you guys, I was like, I think here or here, right around this area. So my plan was to finish off my second main skein color and then go to the sleeves. Because I figure if I finish my sleeves, that'll give me super motivation to finish the body, because then you're almost done. So I finished off the main skein, put it on a barber cord, and tried it on. It's amazing. Moved over, picked up for the sleeve, and now I'm doing decreases. Thank you to my friend Amanda who knit this. Like, we're knitting along together, but she's super fast, so she's already done with buttons on and blocked and everything. Okay, Amanda. So she did the sleeves first, so I had a question. I'm like, oh my gosh, Amanda, what does this mean? And so she like called me and we talked it through, and she was great. So when I recorded last week, I was here. But you guys haven't seen any of this. So here's this whole sleeve. I'm over halfway down with the decreases. Like I'm getting, like you basically decrease almost, I think for my size, almost all the way down. So I'm like over half, I'm almost like, I have like 10 decreases left. And I'm decreasing every like 6 rounds, which is so much fun. Okay, so this sleeve, you're constantly doing something. So every 6 rounds for me, for my size and for my gauge, I'm decreasing every 6 rounds. And then, but you're still color changing every 10 rounds. And so it's like almost every couple rounds you're doing something, because they don't, equal out, line up. So it's a lot of fun. Look at that. I'm on my second, I did like a full color repeat. I'm on my second color repeat. I think by the end, like through the 8th color is when I'll be done decreasing. If I did my math right. But I love this so much. This yarn is Hue Loco. And it is in their Fill a Sock base, 7525. The main color I have is Earl Grey. It's a perfect, like almost yak type color, or tea. It's very tea colored too. Like if you imagine dyeing this with tea. And it's got some tonalness to it. You can see it when I have it knit up in my sweater, like darker spots. I love it so much. And then the stripes I'm using, I have it all numbered and organized. This is the Love is a Battlefield. It's a 10 minis skein set. It was our Valentine's Day mini skein set, and I loved it so much. So I was like, oh my gosh, I must make something with it. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. And there's a sleeve, you guys. I love it. There's a sleeve. I love this so much, you guys. So it fits great. I've tried it on with the sleeve like a couple decreases ago. I tried it on just to make sure it was on track with my measurements, and I was. It's gonna be great. Love it. I love this yarn, Hue Loco yarn. I just love everything about it. This is my first time, like I have like a DK sock set from Hue Loco, but I haven't used it yet. So this is really my first time using Hue Loco yarn, and I loved it. I'm just folding it back nicely. So I don't like it to get all wrinkly. Does anybody else do that? Like I mean, sometimes it happens, but then you're like, oh, you just fold it nicely and then it won't be all wrinkly. And then, because once your sleeve gets long enough, I don't have to keep flopping. I just kind of twist, right? Just leave this sitting on my lap. It's very nice. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to show you one of my acquisitions. This is my Simply Serving. Look at that gnome. Oh my gosh. Oh no, she did turn around. Look at how cute. It's sparkly. Oh my gosh. Isn't that cute? This was part of acquisitions, and this was one of the, I did like a mystery box, or you can like buy for mystery markers. This is my mystery one. And isn't that cute? It totally matches my sweater, my cardigan. And that's my entry into Michael's, he does the Piece for Piece crafting podcast and also on Instagram. He's doing a knit along for his birthday. March is his birthday month. Happy birthday, Michael. And I want to get this right. It's the Sweater Me Piece Mal, and whips count. So I already started that, and it starts on March 1st. It goes to April 30th. Now, I mean, I got a whole week for like not even a whole sleeve, but do I think I'm going to make April 30th? Probably, maybe not, but it's still fun, right? I'm knitting it anyways. This is my entry. So when I post, I just hashtag it, Sweater Me Piece Mal. And maybe I'll get done by April 30th. You never know. I mean, it might be kind of close, and it might kind of push me to finish it. Like if I just have like the button band left, I'll like totally get that done, which is great. I like how knit-alongs or mals or whatever, they push you basically, for fun, like not in a stressful way, but they push you to maybe finish something now that you maybe like just wouldn't have, I don't know, finished right then. So I like doing it that way. So that's that. My next whip works in progress is my March dishcloth. Now, I never ever hardly show you, well, the last 2 months, I've never shown you guys like a whip that's my washcloth, because literally it takes like a day or two to make these. And I was going to the salon and I needed something small and portable to knit with, or to knit on. And I was like, oh, I'll cast on my washcloth. So I did. I cast on and then haven't touched it since. That's basically what happens. This is in my, it's the Scrappy Angel bag, but it is now the Kate bag, and it's the old small retreat bag. I love the little knitting yarn. Okay, so it's March, so I chose green on St. Patrick's Day, and I believe the March washcloth is called Emily's Garden. And so I basically at the salon, I cast on, which is the front, I think this is the front, I cast on and knit like the first little bit of the border. I think there's another bit on top of this, and then it goes all the way up the sides as well. So I cast on, knit that much, and haven't looked at it since. It's basically what happens. And literally I can finish this in a night. But I like other things I want to knit. And there's no pressure with this. Like these are the, okay, I say March dishcloth. So if you're new, the Kitchen Sink Shop, she releases every month a new dishcloth pattern. And all you have to do is go to her Instagram, then go to her link and sign up for her newsletter, and she will just email it to you at the first of every month for free. Then later on, towards the end of the month, she releases it for free on Ravelry, and then you can link your project page to it. Last year was her first year that she did it, and now all of those patterns you can pay for like in a bundle, but then all of this year's as they're coming out are free. So it's really great, and they're honestly so pretty that I don't want to use them in my kitchen. They're just too pretty. And so I'm probably just gonna use them in my bathroom. So there will be like washcloths in like my guest room, bathroom, and our bathroom. I am using, do I have the yarn? I do. Estelle Suds. Estelle Suds. I got this 100% cotton, very nice and soft. I got the whole kit. So this is the spray kit. You can tell it's all speckly. Spray. And I got this kit from, did I write it down? Probably not. Granny Bird's Wool Shop. It's in Canada. It was great. Like flat rate shipping, super fast, very affordable. Got the whole, like, so these are 50-gram balls. You get like 12 different colors. So these are my first 2 months. These are the leftovers I had from the other washcloths. I'm keeping them because I'm going to do, at the end, I'm going to do a couple stripey washcloths. Those will go in my kitchen. Just like a basic pattern. But yeah, nice and soft. I love it. 50-gram balls. Uses almost all of it. I guess not that much. There's still quite a bit left. But they're a nice size. I don't have any of the ones I finished down here. But yeah, so once I finish that, and there's no, like, it's a knit along, like a yearly knit along, but I don't think there's any, like, I think she might draw prizes quarterly maybe. It's more of like, you get this cool free washcloth and it's great community, and there's no like deadline to knit. Like, I have to finish it March 31st, I don't think. I mean, even then, it's not, it's great. You can join anytime. It's really nice. Okay. Next up, ooh, my Arabian Tails blanket. Now, I knit, last time I'd finished the whole 3rd row. This time I've knit on it less because I've been actually focusing on, I focus on finishing this and also my Stria cardigan and now my Litmus cowl. But I do believe I got a couple done at least. I just haven't touched it in like the last week or two. Okay, so let me see what's the front. So here's, I'd finished all of row 3 and I started row 4. That's the end. I started row, here we go. Started row 4. Oh, I got quite a few and I got one. So I got this color. Look at the sparkle. This one, and this one. So the next one will go right here. So I kind of skipped ahead on this. This is the Arabian Tails, T-A-L-E-S, by Svetlana Gordon. It's written as a stole or a shawl pattern. So it's written for 4, so 4 wide. So like this wide. And I tripled it and made it into a blanket size. I'm not the first one to do this. I don't know how big they made theirs, but I decided to triple mine. And I'm using mini skeins. I'm using my Chelsea Luxe Advent. I have 2 of her Advents, one from 2019, one from 2021. I combined them. I got them both in sparkle base. And I'm making them into this great blanket. Oh my gosh. It's just so great. It's definitely a labor of love blanket. Each one of these takes like 40 minutes to do. It's like essentially completely short rows. And they're not even like equal. I mean, it's like different numbers each time. So you have to really pay attention and count as you're going. But they're fun. They're really fun. And you need to pick out the new colors. So I already picked out my 4th row colors and their placement. And I've already started working them, obviously. And I got the rest separated. All the row 4 colors are separated into here. My plan is to use all of the colors once. And then I'll start reusing them again. So these are all all different colors. I love it. Now, I know you see a lot of things hanging down, but for this one, I am using the weave and steven method and it's working great. So like right here, you can see that, I don't know if you can see it right here. It's weave and steven method right here. These are just at the ends. So after I block it, I'll just go through and have a little snipping party and get all the ends off. So those are all woven in. The only thing probably not woven in are the ends. And I think like every now and then I'll just go back and weave them in, like just so I can keep up with it. But yeah, I love this so much. It's beautiful, it's sparkly. Oh, it's gonna be a great, huge Afghan kind of blanket. It's gonna be amazing. And that is also in a Scrappy Angel blanket tote. It's a Christmas one because, you know, it's an advent. Okay, my last whip, I believe, yes, are in my Kimberly pouch by Scrappy Angel, that cute fox one I showed you guys last time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am doing, which is perfect. So Rose Opal Knits is a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law podcast. Go check them out. They're great. Daphne and Erica, they're hosting, I just want to make sure I get this right. They are hosting the ROK, for Rose Opal Knits, ROK Scrappy Socks Mal. That is running from March 15th to May 15th. And the only requirement is that it uses 2 or more colors, which you could do pure Scrappy socks, which I do love, but you can also use sock sets because they come with, you know, a mini skein, 2 or more colors. And so I have a ton of socks I want to cast on, and I really want to cast on a couple Amplifiber sock sets that I have. So the first one I chose was, this is Amplifiber. I chose her Spring Fling sock set that I've had. I believe I got it last spring, like 2021 spring. So this is accomplishing my stash using. And also for this knit along, this is the main color, and it came with 2 generous sized minis. They're like 25, 26 gram minis, and this color together. So I picked the Weekend Shortie socks by Summerly Designs. And oh my gosh, you guys, I'm doing exactly the pattern. So I did a standard heel flap and gusset, slip stitch heel flap. I love this. It's gonna fit so nice around your ankle. Like, it's just like the cuff the whole time. Oh my gosh, I love this. I'm basically following the pattern. Now, how she wrote the pattern though, everything to pattern is fine. It's just the colors are different. So she uses pure scraps. Like, this is one color, another color, another color, another color, then the body, and then there's 2 colors for the toes. So I think she uses like a total of like, what, 6 other colors, and then the foot color. And she does the foot color in white, so it makes it look really cool and poppy. But I decided this would be great for and I had enough yarn for my, my 2 extra minis that came with it. And so what I'm doing is, to make it like a little more scrappy, and I'm knitting these in tandem. I can't knit the body in tandem because I did not want to break this because I knew I would only need like, what, 20 grams or 30 grams or something like that. I want to break it in half for that. So I knit these in the opposite. So this one starts with purple, this one starts with blue, heel flap is purple, heel flap is blue, and then I'll put the heel turn with the purple, and then the body will be the same. And then on this one, the 2 toe colors, it'll start with purple, go to blue, this one will be the opposite. Isn't that cool? I just love these. I also think it's just fun to do because this is basic, and also like basic as in like no pattern I have to do for down here. But a lot of cool other fun things up here. And I'm loving how this cuff, I know it's gonna fit so nice. And I love this colorway, you guys. Amplifiber yarn, she's having a sale, I think through the end of March. And this should post before the end of March. So go check out her shop. She's got amazing yarn. Oh my gosh. Like every time she posts that she's sale, I'm like, I know, Erin, I can't buy yarn. Look, I can't buy more yarn right now. But I love her yarn. I've got so much of it too. I love it. I love this. This is so this base is different than I have on my other one too. So you saw here is a deluxe sock set, 2-ply Highland sock fingering. So it's 80% superwash fine Highland wool and 20% polyamide. So I look at that again, all the deets. And don't you love her logo? Yarn is my jam. And Erin's sweet. And she's a redhead, so she's extra cool. But yes. I love seeing this in the camera. It's so pretty. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna, and I literally just cast this on, like when I showed it the last time I recorded, that, you know, the recording that's not to be, I hadn't even cast it on yet. So this is what I've knit in like a week. Like these 2 things. Obviously while knitting all of my other things. So I love it so much. I know I probably said that like phrase 10 times today, but it's true. Okay, that's it for my works in progress. Okay, we all know I have way more works in progress, but that's it for the ones that I've been working on. I'm trying to like finish things and go back and grab a old whip to finish. So like this one I cast on last summer, so I was feeling pretty good about finishing this one. Okay, so that's done. Now for my acquisitions, and I've actually got some new ones since I was going to tell you about. First up is my Knitting for Olive came. So I ordered Knitting for Olive. It did this great fundraiser or donation for the people of Ukraine. I believe they sent it to the Red Cross. And if you bought yarn on, it was like one Saturday, then I think 100% of proceeds went, or something like that, something extreme, went to a donation to Ukraine Red Cross. And so I love Sari Nordland, and we were asking her like, hey, we knew her marzipan pullover was coming out, and she actually designed hers in Knitting for Olive yarn. So people had asked, so she released ahead of time the numbers you would need, like the yarn numbers, like the yarn meters or yardage you would need if you wanted to order from Knitting for Olive. So I went ahead and got my Knitting for Olive came, which by the way, shipping this is from Copenhagen, Denmark. Literally, they mailed it. Did I write this down? No. They mailed it like on a Friday. Like I got the shipping notice on a Friday. It came in my mailbox the following Saturday, like a week and a day, from Denmark. Like, it takes that long sometimes to get stuff from the other side of the US. Canada even can take longer. Like, this is from Denmark. Isn't that crazy? It was so fast. And the shipping was not bad. I think it was only like 15 or 16 euros. I mean, from Denmark, that's not bad at all. So I got the Knitting for Olive. Oops, let me get that right. Oh, come on, Kim, get it together. Knitting for Olive, it's the Heavy Merino, which is their worsted base. And I got the Mushroom Rose colorway. It is so great. In person, it's hard to capture because in person, there is like this very subtlest, slightest hint of like a rosy pink color. But it comes across pretty accurate on screen, just except for that little tiny bit of very subtle. And it could just be me thinking that because of the rose in the name, but I can see it. I don't know. Maybe you'll see it when I knit it up. But this is gonna be for the Marzipan Pullover by Sari Nordland, which I also got. So I got her, I might have mentioned this last time, I can't remember. I got her Marzipan Pullover because she was doing a fundraiser for Ukraine as well. And so I went ahead and bought the patterns that I already had yarn for, because usually I'll get yarn for a pattern and I don't buy the pattern until I'm absolutely going to cast on, because for me, I could change my mind, and why buy a pattern if I'm not actually going to knit it? So I usually will have the yarn because I can use yarn for other things, but then when I'm going to cast on, I'll buy the pattern, and if it happens to be a sale, I'll buy it, but otherwise, you know, whatever. Happens to be a sale on the day that I'm buying it, then I'll use the sale, but like I don't usually buy things just because there is a sale, unless I know I'm knitting it like really soon. So the Marzipan Pullover I bought. I think I also bought the Cocoa Tea was another one I have yarn for. I think I already had the Barma. What's another one? Oh, the Billy Pullover is yarn I have too. So I bought that. But I love this. It's gonna be a great neutral, because if you haven't seen the Marzipan Pullover, it's like cable-y and then like rib. Oh, it's so cool. Love it. So I got like 11 of these. 11 came in the mail. And I don't know if you've gotten stuff from Knitting from Olive, but it came in like this. This is the package it came in. And I have not moved it yet because I want to show it to you guys. And I organized all my yarn, and then I got 11 skeins of this, and I'm like, where is this going? Where? It should go right around here. This is my worsted. It's been actually really great that I've been organizing, because like while I knew I had certain yarns, I just like didn't realize I had so much worsted and I had way more DK and worsted than I thought I did when I pulled it out. I was like, oh. So it's great that I can now see my yarn, because now that I see it, I forgot about things and I can be like, you know, grab certain things. But where is this going in this? Where are 11 of these going? Where? I guess I'll have to cast on or something. Okay, next up is my Pearlsmith order, which was another Ukraine fundraiser. So if you don't know, Pearlsmith, I got this advent during Vlogmas. I got like a 12-day advent. I use this on I'm using it on my Stria cardigan and on my socks actually. They're great pearls that she colors. These are Ukraine colors. It was like a good, and I love these stitch markers because I like the copper color too, but they're very smooth. Like she must solder them because there's nothing ever catches on my yarn ever so far. I mean, I've used them a lot, but yes, freshwater pearls, Ukrainian. They're so pretty, and they come so well packaged too. Her advent came really well packaged. I didn't know if that was just because it was the advent. These came really well packaged and came with a cool sticker too. Okay, and then my Simply Serving. So you saw my gnome. I had actually ordered, oh my gosh, I did forget one thing. I did it again. I forgot it last time too. All right, did I bring it down here? It might be up there. Okay, if it is, I'll show you in a second. Okay, so I had ordered, she's got this great chickadee stamp. So I got that Progress Keeper, because you know, chickadees in our name. And then I ordered that one and ordered other things. I'm gonna see if I have, I'll grab for you. But then I also ordered like a pack of like 4 mystery, like she has like a really great sale. I can't remember how much it was, but like mystery packs. So you don't get to choose, she'll just mail them to you. And it was a really great deal. And I love all of her stuff. So I'm like, hey. So she sent the gnome as one. This little mountain with trees. I really like this one. This little bird in a cage. It's like got a hint of purple and gold. And then this little house, this little cottage house. It's got like a little bush and stuff, like a little summer house. Isn't that cute? Because I got these and I figured, hey, whatever ones I don't need to use, I got a ton of Progress Keepers and stitch markers. I'm gonna use in giveaways for later. So you may see some of these later. Okay, so I had forgotten what else I ordered from her, but I also ordered based off of this little chickadee. She also has a cute, it's a chickadee wearing socks, knitted socks, and I have it in a sticker form. I'm gonna show you a little video here. And I also have it in this print form that she drew. So this is like a 5x7 print. I'm gonna put it in like a frame setting, and then I'm gonna put it in my, my yarn room. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, and then since last week, I've gotten a couple more acquisitions. All right, so my pre-order from Miss Q's Fiber Goods came in. She's having a Ukrainian colors sock set, and she was donating $20 from each sock set to a funder, like to donate to Ukraine. This is the stand with Ukraine sock set. I believe she's in Oregon. I believe so, Portland, Oregon. And she's got great stuff too if you want to check out her shop. I think she's taking on this pre-order soon, so if you want to get in on it, you can. Otherwise, she's got other great yarns there and hand-dyed fiber, so go check out her stuff. I'm totally gonna buy more stuff from her. Look at these colors. She does such a good job. Miss Q's Fiber Goods. And also, I saw in her shop, like I pre-ordered this, so I knew it would take a little bit, but she also has great stickers. So I went ahead and got, and I totally forgot to get crochet ones for Brooke, and next time I order, I'm gonna get crochet ones. But she has these great, aren't those beautiful? So this is her large one, and this is the small one. And I wasn't sure the size difference, so I just got one of each. And now I know. Because I wanted to put them on my cup. And look, they're even black and white. You can even color them in if you wanted to, but I like them like this. And she has crochet versions as well, and all sorts of different ones, like different sayings, different pictures. So those are really cool. I really like those. So that was my first one. I love these colors for Ukraine. I'm gonna make, so I have a Ukrainian family member. I think I'm gonna make her some socks out of this stuff. All right, and then we got our Mace of Skeins order in. I'm only gonna show what I got because Brooke ordered her first online indie dyed order of yarn from Macy, of course, because we love Macy. And I got something, she's having like a 30% off sale. She's having a huge sale right now too. I think it's like buy one, get one, 75% off. I don't know if it's still going on. Go just check her out and see. But we had just ordered, and I can't order any more yarn, or else I would totally, I almost bought a whole bunch of Surrey from her. Oh, Macy. So I purchased this. I had my eyes on this. This is the fingering. That's what I was gonna say, but I meant to say 50-gram set. Fingering weight. It was like in her Valentine's release. So 2 50 grams. I think it's probably her spade. I think it's her spade. And it's the colorway Love Me. I love these. I love this lavender. And I love the tonal with the pink. I want to make some really great like stripy socks or something. Stripy socks. Or a stripy cowl. I don't know, pink. Actually, that might look okay with my hair. Maybe stripy socks. I love these colors though. And it's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 50 grams per skein, so 100 grams total. I love this. So this is mine. Brooke got 2 extra skeins. Brooke got 2 skeins for her blanket that she's making, that she's really excited about. Okay, and Macy's amazing. Go check out Macy. She's got, I mean, she's just, oh, just amazing. I think that's it for my acquisitions. Thank goodness, right? I mean, there's only a couple, but, okay. I just like check time. You guys, I don't know if you guys can see when I check time. Okay, dreams and future plans. Okay, so along with I kept saying that my weekend shorty socks were my first cast on for the Rose Opal Knits Scrappy Knit Along, because I already had plans. I already had plans to knit up both of those, this one and this one. So if you haven't seen this was a collaboration that Scrappy Angel, that's the bag, Whiskers and Stitches with stitch markers, and Ample Fiber Yarn with the yarn did last fall. And they had this bag, went with these stitch markers by Holly of Whiskers and Stitches. Aren't they amazing? They look like they're heavy, and like all of them together are kind of heavy, but individually they're super light. And I don't think Holly has all these on her site yet, but she does have like a black set, I think. So go check out Holly's site, Whiskers and Stitches. And the sock set that it came with. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is Crystallized Sugar. And I just realized she has this sock set, last time I checked, is in her shop now. So if you like the sock set and it's on sale, go check it out. I think she still has some in stock. And it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I just can't, Erin. She's amazing with her speckles and her variegateds and her tonals. I just can't. Okay. So this is on her 4-ply merino sock set base, 85-15. Yeah, crystallized sugar. Just love this. So this was the other socks that I really wanted to cast on, and I didn't really even think about it until I looked. I'm like, oh yeah, they're both ample fiber. Like I have tons of sock sets, but like these two, I was like, I really want to cast on, and then it didn't even dawn on me until I'm like, oh yeah, they're both Erin's yarns. That's why they're amazing. So I want to cast these on next, because the Scrappy Socks make along from Rose Opal Knits, all you need is 2 or more colors. So this will totally count. And I wanted to use this sock set to make the Key to My Heart socks by the Kitchen Sink shop. And I think it'd be perfect because there's so many speckles in here. And I didn't want to really do a plain vanilla sock, but then I want the speckles to shine. And I think these Key to My Heart ones would be perfect because it just gives you those heart eyelets around, and it's big enough to where I think you'll be able to still see them through the speckles, and it won't take away from the speckles, and the speckles won't take away from the hearts, kind of thing. I think it'll be great. So I'm gonna make those. My next, also for socks, this would also be a great Scrappy Socks. I think that these are newly released, are by Julianne Knitter, which is Twin Stitches Designs on Ravelry. The Mayflower socks. So go check those out too, because those would be great for Scrappy, which I also want to make, and I might actually just use scraps for that one. I'm like looking at my scraps. That's where I'm looking. Okay, and then also, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this new sweater that I found. It's the Clotilde sweater. I saw it on Knitting for Olive's website, and it's designed by Pernille Larson, who's the mom of the Knitting for Olive group. It's a mother-daughter business. And she designed this Clotilde sweater, and I just can't get over it. It reminds me, it's kind of like an old, like grandma-y type lace pattern, but like I just can't, I love it. I don't know why I love it so much. And it's with Aran weight. I think it's with Aran weight yarn, or at least worsted weight. I think it's Aran weight yarn. Like I think they hold a worsted with like a mohair, or I don't know, or worsted, double worsted. I don't know what they do. But oh, I love it so much. And the Knitting PT actually made one in like this great green color, and I think it's Woolberry Fiber Co. Yarn. Oh my gosh, I love that color green. And then I found out that there's actually a Clotilde cardigan too. Oh my gosh. And you know how fast that would work up a lace pattern in like Aran weight yarn? That would work up so fast. I totally want to knit both of them. Like I want to knit one of each. Usually I'm like, well, I'll pick one. I don't want to have a cardigan and a sweater in the same design. I want both. I want the cardigan and the sweater. I'll just make them in different colors. Someone's gonna know. I really want those so bad. So, but I would have to get yarn for that. And I need to knit through the sweaters that I have and yarn that I have, and then I'll buy yarn for that cardigan and the sweater. I love them both. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's it for my dream and future plans so far. I keep looking around. Is there anything new that I thought of? Nope. I'm trying to work on my my sock machine, Agatha. I finally have her down here in my yarn room. So I started yesterday. I switched cylinders to a new cylinder, and I'm having a hard time trying to cast on. I'm trying to learn because I have a brand new Erlbacher Gerhardt coming like in the next month. I'm so excited. Brand new. It's gonna be purple. Oh my gosh. So I'm using my like antique vintage Gerhardt. I love it so much, but I'm trying to learn on it so that I'd be really good when the new one comes, basically. So I switched over, because I have 2 cylinders, I switched over to a 72 cylinder. I figure I'll make my husband some socks off of those. I only have a 56, 54, or 72. And I got good on the 54, but then I realized, like, who am I making this for? I need to make a 72 for my husband, and now I'm having a hard time trying to cast on. I was just messing with it yesterday, and I also haven't done it in a while, so that's another reason why I'm having a hard time, because I'm having to reteach myself again. But I'm gonna mess with that a little bit more today, I think. And podcasts. Let's just get into podcasts. So, Piece for Piece Crafting, Michael, having his knit along, so don't forget about that. Go check him out. He's hilarious, and he's got great knitting, and he spins. Check out Michael. Rose Opal Knits, Daphne and Erica. They're super cool. They like knit completely different things usually, and in completely different colors, which is always, you get like both worlds like when you watch their podcasts, and they're really cute. New podcast though, because I'm trying to like highlight some new ones. I love it when you guys like leave down in comments. Like if you have a podcast, I love that. Tell me. If you know a podcast I've never mentioned before or ones you love. I like ones that are smaller. I love the big ones. Like I love watching The Crazy Sock Lady and, you know, a bunch of other big ones. But I also really like the newer ones. I don't know. I just get different kind of content from them. It just feels more personal. I don't know. I like the new ones. So if you have any like ones that are like under 1,000 subscribers, let me know that you guys watch. Or if you have one, let me know. First one is one that she let me know that she had a new podcast out, like on her first episode, which is really great. Lisa from Yo Yarn Girl. Now, Lisa, is it Yo Yarn Girl? Is it Yarn Over Yarn Girl? Like, you know how YO is abbreviation for Yarn Over? Or is it just Yo Yarn Girl? They're both all equally cool. Just let me know which one it is. She's really great. She's brand new. I think she's got like 2 episodes out now. Go check her out. She got lots of socks and stuff and other things. Also, there's Kiko's Knitting Podcast. She has a yarn shop in Germany, and she records an episode in German and then in English. And so I obviously watch the English one because I don't know German. But she knits with a lot of opal yarn. She must carry that in her shop. And so but she doesn't just knit socks and opal. She knits like a ton of other things. So it gives you like great ideas for how to use like sock yarn, like that's patterny or striping or whatever. And she's really cute. Go check her out. also Kiko is making this great like crochet blanket, and I think it's called Stomp or something, and it's a dinosaur. But I didn't even know you could do this in crochet. It's almost like double knitting, where like you can have 2 different sides to something, and it's like that in crochet. She's knitting, or she's crocheting one side and doing something to where it's like the opposite effect on the back. So you get 2 dinosaur pictures, like flip-flops with different colors. I was like, what? I didn't know I could do that. So then I went down the Ravelry rabbit hole of like, what does she call it? Interlocking crochet or something. And I found a whole bunch of stuff that does that. Pot holders, hats, you know, blankets, and I like liked a ton of stuff. So if you're following me on Ravelry, you'll see that I have liked a bunch of interlocking crochet, and that's why, because I didn't even know this was a thing. It's awesome. Bunnyfish Crafts. This is Heather. She either owns a yarn shop or works in a yarn shop. I think she owns it, and she like does a very, I don't know if you've ever watched the Lefty Knitter podcast, but she does like a vlog type style where it's throughout the week, and then she posts on Saturdays. So it's like a check-in every few days or whatever when she wants to like let you know what she's up to knitting wise. And Bunnyfish does that. So she does like, I don't know if it's like, I think it's through the week. She like kind of checks in and tells you like where she's at in her knitting and what's happened, like knitting wise, what she's finished, what she's still working on, progress. So she's really cute. So go check her out. She's making a lot of great blankets and stuff. And also, Nina Maria is, she's currently living in Germany. So she'll do a German podcast and then also, or episode, and then also an English episode. I watched the English one, obviously. But she does a lot of great knitting with a lot of yarns that are not as accessible to us here in the United States, because, you know, it's not made here, it's made there. And I love looking at all the different things she's knitting, and we actually have a lot of the same things that we like knitting wise and pattern wise, and I just love, and she's super fast, so it's really cool to be able to watch all of her knits, and she's really funny. Go check out Nina. And I think that's it for new podcasts so far. Comment below if you know of any like smaller podcasts that you think I would like or I haven't watched before, or if you have one, go ahead and let me know. I try to search for them on YouTube, and it's kind of hard. I mean, I kind of got a little bit of a system, but let me know. Yeah, I think that's it. Watching and reading. Haven't been reading. I've been knitting. Basically. Watching, we went and saw Batman. It was amazing. We took my son, my nephew, the whole family thing. My husband even, we dragged him out of work to go and see it, and my daughter. It was really funny. It's my nephew, who's also tall. We're all tall. And we haven't actually been out in public by much, well, not as a group in the pandemic. So it was really weird, like walking into somewhere, and we're a really tall bunch. I'm the shortest one, and I'm like 5'11". So my husband's the tallest, he's 6'4". There's a range. Like my daughter's the next tallest. She's almost just under 6 foot. Look, Brooke, I didn't say you were 6 foot. I think my nephew's 6'1", my son's 6'2", my husband's 6'4". So we're a big group, and I don't just realize how big we are until we're out in public together. And then we're like towering over people. Anyways. So I saw Batman. It was really good. Robert Pattinson did a really good job. And what else am I watching? Oh, you guys, Bad Vegan. Have you guys been sucked down the craziness that is Bad Vegan on Netflix? It's like a docu-series, if you will. Oh my gosh. Just when you think it can't get any more crazy, it does. And you're like, the whole time, like, what? What's happening? The whole time. You guys have to watch it. It's not your standard con. Like, because a lot of those, like, I didn't watch the Tinder Swindler, like, where he basically, like, con women out of money. I'm assuming I haven't watched it. Like, I don't usually watch those because, like, the same kind of crazy, ridiculous, you know. But, like, this is really crazy. I mean, like, yeah, there's conning out of money, but, like, in the most ridiculous way possible. I can't even. Just go watch it. It's insane. And just, like, afterwards, I'm just like, what? I'm so obsessed. So go check out Bad Vegan. But yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully it'll be another 2 weeks for Brooke. She's just so busy with lacrosse right now in school, and it's just, so hopefully we'll get it. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and until next time, bye.